長官ユナイテッドエンパイア今日は試合があったそして彼がエンパイアの応援してくれるってよみんなブローケンテーブルポッドキャストよろしく
Still got a set to go in the room. All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Broken Tables Arena. I am your host, Jeffrey Vegas, alongside my co-host, as always, King Rome. How you doing tonight, sir?
Good. You're opening with the King's Court tonight? Wow, look at that.
Yeah, opened with the King's Court there, you know.
Yeah,
welcome to the Broken Tables Podcast, episode number 72, everybody. Welcome. Thank you guys for joining us here tonight for our AEW Rampage review. Yo, this was a pretty decent episode of Rampage. You think so?
Yeah, I agree. I thought it was a really good episode of Rampage. It just felt, I don't know, man, the roster and the show just felt energized after what was a really abysmal end of the last week and start of this week. But again, no one does course control or course correction like AEW does and Tony Khan does.
Absolutely. You know, that's what we've been seeing all over Twitter all week. You know, it's course correction was absolutely fantastic this week. Apparently Tony Khan came out before Rampage and said he was going to have like a whole new deal going on Rampage, and it did feel a little bit more energized or something like that. I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but it felt nice. I liked it.
I think I can tell you what it was. I think I felt simplified. It felt like instead of trying to do like 15 video packages, they did 3 matches and 3 promos. Like I think the show, there were 7 segments on this show, and usually on Rampage they fit about 12 or 13. So
I was gonna say,
honestly, it could have just been like, hey, let's give fucking Dax and Claudio 20 plus minutes, which they got. Let's give the opening match like 20 minutes, which they got. So I mean, I felt like it was just kind of a focus on kind of taking these matches that they wanted to do and letting them go, which was really cool.
Yeah, absolutely, because this was one of the first times that my basically my whole show worth of notes was on one page besides the main event.
Yeah, I was able to get into 4 pages, but there wasn't a lot of segments tonight, and that could be because of 4 guys plus being suspended. I mean, sure, I'm sure there was that, but you know, I mean, when in doubt, like you have a really strong roster, and they went out there tonight and they showed you. I mean, Sammy and Darby, spoilers, was fucking incredible. I love that match. Claudio and Dax was excellent. That was an excellent match. Match in the middle was fine, but I mean, it didn't need to be anything special because of how good the bookend matches were.
Yeah, absolutely. What's going on in chat there, Juan? Do you think TK should make Rampage completely commercial free? I don't think you can do that. You know, television doesn't really work that way. I mean, if it was possible, I mean, obviously everybody would love it to be commercial free, but it's kind of how it works, man. You gotta pay the bills.
Like, it's doable, but it's a rarity. Usually networks are very selective of when they do that. Like you said, they need advertisers to pay the bills. The advertisers pay both the company, being AEW, and the network to run their ads. So both AEW and the network want the ads to be run.
Yeah, so
It's really, again, it's a rarity when the network can be okay with that, which they
yeah.
have in the past for AEW. AEW has gone commercial-free blocks before.
And you could also do it in a way of like, tonight's AEW is brought to you commercial free by State Farm. You could do it like that where they still get a commercial in there, but it's still like not a commercial. So I think
Yeah,
that would actually work if they tried something like that.
possibly, but the thing is, you got to keep in mind that's one commercial, that's one advertiser paying for what is usually like 4 or 5 during a 90-second ad break.
Yeah, it would have to be a
So,
big time show. It would have to be something worth it.
yeah.
What up, Coach? All right, so let's go ahead and get started here.
Coach.
We started off Rampage tonight with Sammy Guevara versus Darby Allin. I saw a lot of people saying that Andrade and Miro should have been in this spot, but I had to kind of point out, I'm like, listen, everybody else would have been a ex-WWE guy if they had done that besides Hangman. If Darby and Sammy weren't in here, everyone except Hangman are ex-WWE guys. So they had to sprinkle some more in.
So I don't disagree with the sentiment of them being in the tournament, but I disagree with your reasoning for them being in the tournament. I don't think it's because they're ex-WWE guys. You don't want to have too many of those. First of all, I don't like that connotation personally. I don't think that it's fair just because a guy worked somewhere. He has to get marked as, well, he worked there no matter where he goes. Like, I don't like that. I don't like when they do that. Like, obviously, like, in like a trolley internet sense, yeah, it's really cool that all the WWE guys jump ship to go to AEW. But I mean, like that, like, is that really fair to Miro? Is like the rest of Miro's career, you're like, no, not just AEW, but like, let's say he went somewhere else and he's like a world champion. He's like, well, it's just because he's an ex WWE guy. Like, no, I don't. So I disagree with that sentiment. But I do think that it was a great idea to have them in the tournament due to the fact that they're rising stars in the company.
Yeah.
I think that having Darby and Sammy was a great idea because now you have Sammy versus Mox, which I don't think we've ever gotten that match. And they're in this tournament fighting for the world title. And it's also the next match in the Darby Sammy rivalry. I just thought in general it was really good. But so I disagree with your point, but I agree with your point, but disagree with your logic behind your point.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
So Coach says, you think Miro's still gonna feud with the House of Black even with Malachi gone? I don't know what the House of Black's gonna do, but I do think that we could do something with them, and I definitely see that could continue.
I think it will continue, although Miro's promo kind of alludes to Malachi's exit, but we'll get to that.
Yeah. So Sammy Guevara versus Darby Allin went about 12 minutes. This was a great match if you didn't see it. I mean, it was as good as you would imagine it being, even if you don't like Sammy Guevara anymore. We had interruptions by Ty Conti, by Anna Jay. The whole crew there was trying to interrupt in this match. And eventually Sammy Guevara hits Darby with a low blow while he's up on the top ropes I think he was going for the coffin drop, but he hits a low blow while the ref is busy with Anna Jay and gets the go to hell. I think he calls it the GTH. And he gets the win. So Darby taking a lot of L's lately, but it's almost like they don't hurt him at all. No matter what happens with Darby, if he loses, it doesn't hurt him at all.
No, Darby's one of those guys, kind of like a Jeff Hardy-esque kind of guy where like it really doesn't matter how much this guy wins or loses. He's just so charismatic and so beloved by the fans. Like they just want to see him go out there and fight his heart out. He's an underdog, and that makes it easier. Like when you're an underdog and you're fighting up, it's okay to lose because that's what underdogs do. They lose until they finally win. I thought there was some really cool stuff in this match. Before that, I kind of wanted to touch on the continuation of praising Chris Jericho this week. This guy was the locker room leader before the show, came to the show when he wasn't supposed to be on the show for Dynamite. He was a part of Dynamite like 4 times, and then he jumps on commentary for Rampage and then puts over the young guys, including Darby, who as a heel he shouldn't like, but he's still like, no, this guy's legit. Like, man, Chris Jericho was out there doing GOAT level shit this week.
Yeah,
and I'm
absolutely. Totally agree with that.
Praise that. But that being said, I thought there was some really cool spots in this match that I really loved and I wanted to mention. Darby goes for a dive and Sammy catches him with one of the most perfectly timed cutters
yeah.
I think I've ever seen, like, ever.
If they didn't
Um,
practice that, that was insane. Like, if they've never practiced that together before, that was absolutely insane.
I wouldn't be surprised if they don't. I just feel like Sammy and Darby, again, like, this is one of those rivalries where these guys just have such great chemistry, and, like, you're gonna be seeing these guys wrestle each other for years to come. Like, there's gonna be a day when it's a main event of a pay-per-view for the World Championship, Darby versus Sammy. Like, that's going to be something someday. Um, but yeah, I mean, like you said, I mean, the distraction comes in. Sammy hits the low blow on Darby and then power bombs him onto the trucks of the skateboard,
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
which looked nasty.
Yeah.
And then went into the go to hell to pick up the win. But yeah, I thought this was an excellent match. I was really into it. I thought it was a great way to start Rampage. Let them go for 15 minutes, whatever it was. And yeah, I love this rivalry a lot.
Yeah, you know, like I said, it doesn't hurt Darby at all when he takes these L's, but I want to start seeing Darby get some more W's under his belt. All right, next up we had a quick recap of MJF's speech on Dynamite. It was a nice little video recap of MJF there. Next up after that was a Samoa Joe promo. Samoa Joe gets interrupted by Mark Sterling, Josh Woods, and Tony Nese. So it looks like next week we're going to be getting Samoa Joe versus Josh Woods, right?
Yeah, Joe comes back and he basically apologizes for his extended absence, and he promises the crowd more violence, something that he hasn't been able to deliver them to date. Mark Sterling comes out with his guys. You know, he's talking about how Tony Nese has more abs than Samoa Joe has matches in AEW, and he also has more abs than Joe has abs. Thought that was a really funny line. That had me cracking up. I like Joe saying, like, look at the big brain on you. Look at that. What a smart guy you, Mark Sterling. But yeah, no, it sets up for a Ring of Honor television title match on Rampage next week.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. Next up, we had another video package with Miro, you know, speaking to his god again. What did you think of this one?
Well, I think it was a way of, saying that Malachi Black is leaving. There was clearly more planned for these two. This clearly was going to go lead to a singles match at some point. Miro says that to his god, you took the devil out before I could. And Miro, he's talking about how his god keeps keeping him away from his wife, keeping him away from the gold that's rightfully his. And he says, admit you have failed and belt the Redeemer now. I thought this was excellent work. I think Miro does excellent promo work. I really love the promo work from Miro in general. It sucks that Malachi Black is taking extended leave. The company still has not confirmed a release. So I honestly, I don't know what the truth is there.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Part of me wonders if it's not a release technically, but if it's just like, hey, I got to take care of my mental health, but I don't want to have like any timetable. Like, do not expect me back anytime soon. I kind of feel like that might have been what it was. I also kind of feel like, if it's a mental health issue, maybe Malachi felt pressure by being in contract to get back to wrestling.
Yeah.
This is just me spitballing ideas. The fact that we don't have a conversation or a confirmation of a release kind of leads me to believe that maybe he's not even released. Maybe he's just taking time off and he's just completely cut off right now because he needs to get right.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Why not just do that? Just be like, dude, just freeze your contract and come back when you're ready. You could take a year, 2 years, don't care.
Yeah. Well, again, I think it just comes down to mental health is a serious thing, and I can understand the thought of, okay, you told me I can go home, but I'm still contracted here. I'm still expected to work here. And even though I believe, again, Malachi, even though I believe that Tony Khan would let me stay home as long as I need to, I don't want the responsibility of needing to get back soon, which could be self-imposed. Like, I can understand that and I can relate to that. So I maybe that's what it is. I mean, we don't know, but I do think it's interesting that there's been no confirmation from the company about him leaving.
Yeah. Yep. I got you. All right, next up was Serena D versus Madison Rain, the professor versus the coach. I don't know if coach is still here. I saw his guy explode. But yeah, the professor versus the coach. I liked how they said that before this. That actually made this match interesting to me. It was a very good match. The crowd actually seemed to really enjoy this match if you were paying attention here. The crowd was really into it. They weren't like being super loud, but you could tell that they were just enjoying the match. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I thought this was a fine match. I thought the concept was really cool. Again,
Yeah.
like you said, having that professor versus coach. Um, yeah, I thought it was a good match. It was what it was. And it was good.
Yeah. Serena Deeb wins with the Serenity Lock, of course, like she always does. Um, and this was just a great women's match for Rampage. People always asking for more women's matches. I thought this was the perfect one for Rampage. So yeah. Next up was a backstage promo with Jade Cargill and the Baddies. This was, correct me if I'm wrong here. This felt to me like an open challenge. It really seemed to like Jade said, whoever's out there, don't care who it is, bring it on. So yeah, it felt like an open challenge to me, right?
Yeah, I agree with you. She basically lays it out. She's like, I dare someone to step up.
Yeah.
So that's what it felt like to me. Who do you think Jade's gonna face next?
I think we do another match with Athena, actually. I think we get a rematch somehow.
I don't know. I think that
'Cause
her laying down a challenge implies someone new.
yeah, I mean,
Um,
I would agree. I just can't think of anybody that's out there. She's beaten everyone, you know what I mean? I don't know.
so this might sound kind of weird, but I just have this. I have an idea,
Let's
and
hear
I
it.
think so. We've been talking about like Jade's kind of like who can Jade face next, but at the end of the day, there are a lot of women on the roster that Jade hasn't faced yet. So I was thinking like let's just start picking girls to face Jade if she's gonna go to 50-0 or whatever she's going to, all right, because again, I think Athena was the time to do it. If you're not going to do it with Athena, you're not going to do it anytime soon. Um, honestly, like this may sound kind of out of left field because we haven't really seen her very often. But like, what's Abaddon doing right now?
Oh, I freaking love Abaddon. I'd be
I do
all over
too.
that.
Like, but let's get Abaddon and let's have her face Jade. And I'm not saying she's going to win necessarily, but again, if you have to start building someone up to beat Jade, then you can do that in the meantime. But Jade still needs challengers, and if you're gonna have her continue to build up this title reign, I mean, this is just a random idea, but like let's grab Abaddon. Let's start grabbing women on that side. Like does she have a chance of winning? No, but like what's Sky Blue doing right now? Like what's
Dude, you may
like
have
let's
you may have actually like hit the nail on the head tremendously here. We could do a storyline where Jade is like tremendously afraid of Abaddon. You know what I mean? And it's like she just immediately runs away from her as soon as she sees her. We could have her throw all the baddies in the way and have Abaddon run through the baddies and finally get to Jade. And even if Jade winds up winning this, um like Jade could finally like overcome her fear, you know what I mean, and make her look even stronger coming out the other side.
yeah. I wouldn't say that Jade should necessarily show fear, but she should show signs of intimidation.
Yeah.
Uh, have
Kind of
it
like
kind of
somebody
be
would
like,
with the
I'm not
Undertaker.
afraid of Abaddon, but as soon as she gets close to Abaddon, she's like taking a step back, like kind of
Yeah.
reserved. Like, what are we like? Do we want to do this? I don't know. And again, I think like because right now I don't know. I mean, Coach, like I think that's a good idea having Kylan King. Like I think that's a good idea, but I
Yep.
would have her build up a little bit more before we do that.
Didn't she just face Kylan King like for number 36?
No, I don't think so. Did she? That would no. She faced Britt, didn't she?
I don't remember. I could have swore she faced Kylan King already, but yeah, that's my girl. If she hasn't already, absolutely.
I don't think
But
she
dude,
did. I mean, if somebody could fact check that would be great. No, I don't think Jade ever took on Kylan King.
I'm
But I
telling
think
you,
that's a good
you
pick.
you really got me into this Abaddon idea, man. Like I'm telling you, make her like the Undertaker for a couple weeks, where she comes out all slow and zombie twitching, and Jade is looking around like, "What the hell? This isn't what I asked for." Like, I'm telling you, that could be good. I would love. I love Abaddon. I follow her on Twitter. I like every picture she posts.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Let's do a slow build where it's just like mind games with Jade, and like
Oh
it could be like the
man,
first time where Jade is very hesitant. And again, Coach, no, I don't think Jade should be scared of Abaddon, but it should be an intimidation thing.
yeah. Like, you know how there's some people who are just like afraid of clowns. Like nobody's afraid of Doink, but if you have a fear of clowns, you're gonna be like, oh shit, I got a fear of clowns, guys. I'm out of here. You know what I mean? Like something like that. Like she's like, I'm not scared of anything, but like zombies, I'm out of here. You know what I mean? Something like that.
Yeah,
Where
I don't even think you go that far with it. I just think you see moments of hesitation. I think
yeah,
that would be the very smart way to do it is don't overdo it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, but just like intimidation. But I that's what I would do. I would have Abaddon kind of step up, and after Abaddon, pick someone else. Like again, like let's instead of doing like if we don't know what we're doing with Jade next, like just start having her work with everyone.
So
That's what I
wait,
would do. I always view the TBS and the TNT titles as kind of like the workhorse matches titles in a sense that like anyone can challenge for these titles anytime, and like it's
okay.
supposed to elevate both the champion and the challenger. Like, and it's almost kind of a pass for having a lot of big storylines revolving around these titles. I think like that's why both the TBS and TNT championships tend to have open challenges to them. I think it's the belt that like you step up and you try to win it. And so I think that Jade needs to do more of that. Have Jade go after Abaddon, or vice versa. Abaddon go after Jade, and who knows? Who knows who else?
I mean, I get it, Nick. I get it. I'm talking about like, Jade's bigger than most men. That's one of the things that's actually kind of a downside to the whole Goldberg type thing is she's scarier than some of the dudes on the roster. Like who is supposed to actually, dethrone her? I'm just saying
Yeah,
Abaddon has a gimmick, coach, and especially coming up October soon, you could definitely do something with them where, since she was a girl, she's been afraid of zombies or something because of zombie movies. You could do something and not have it make her look bad. It'd be easy.
yeah. I'll also add in that size isn't always everything. Like I'm
Yeah.
fucking 6'2", but
Chris
I don't like
Benoit,
spiders,
bro.
dude. I'm 6'2", but I don't fucking like spiders, man. I
And
see a spider,
Abaddon's
and I'm
been
just like,
working on her physique a lot. She looks really good right now.
no, yeah, she has been. She's been looking good. I've seen that. So I mean, again, she doesn't have to be as tall as Jade to be intimidating. You can have a presence about you, an air about you. You can do that.
All right. So next up, we got Powerhouse Hobbs with a really good promo. This was, another, I think this might have been 2 or 3 in a row from Powerhouse Hobbs where he's actually doing really good on the mic. Everybody thought that Ricky was being his mouthpiece, but I think Hobbs does just fine by himself on the mic, huh?
Yeah, I agree. I thought this was a really great promo. Coach asking, "Am I scared of a 5-foot man?" I mean, does the man have a gun? Does he have a
Dude,
knife?
coach, do you know
Like
who
that could matter.
Demetrius Johnson is, Mighty Mouse? I'd be scared as fuck if that dude wanted to beat my ass, and he's like 5'3".
To be fair, people don't realize that Pac is very short. So do you have an issue with Pac? I mean, he's not very tall either. No, people like we don't talk about that, but if you're gonna make height a thing, like you're a big Pac fan. So what do you mean?
Yeah, but Pac's
Pac's like
buff,
what,
which is
5'1", right?
Pac is kind of buff, which is what I would say with Abaddon now. For a lady, she's kind of got like a thickness to her that makes her look like she's pretty strong. So
Coach, I'm not saying like you're correct, Coach, but you asked me a question, and I'm asking there's more to it than that. Like, am I afraid of just a straight up 5-foot man? No, but like, is the 5-foot man fucking salivating with blood coming out of his mouth? Because yeah, that would probably intimidate me a little bit. Yeah, okay.
she's not anymore, coach. Maybe if you saw her back in the day, if you saw her on Twitter now, she posts she's actually looking pretty good.
She's been working out. She's been working on that, on her
Yeah,
physique.
Henry Cejudo. All right, coach. All right. Enough body shaming, because
Yeah, that's gross.
All
Let's not
right.
do that.
Next up, we had the main event. So, like I said, this was quick on my notes here, man. the main event came up quick. We had a really good opening match that took up a chunk of time, and the that ladies match took up a little bit of time as well. And it was time for the main events with Claudio Castagnoli versus Dax Harwood in an absolutely fantastic freaking wrestling match. I mean, if you enjoy pro wrestling, professional wrestling, whatever you want to call it, this was it, man. Like, they started off with some chain wrestling, and then they started speeding it up and doing a little bit of spots here and there and here and there. You know, this was freaking awesome, man. I love this.
Yeah, I thought that I really liked the pre-match promo, and I liked Dax talking about just wanting to fight Claudio, and Regal's face was getting like, his eyes were bulging.
Dude, when Dax was talking about fighting Claudio, and he's like, "I'll fight you too, Mr. Regal." Did you see William Regal's face? He looked like a serial killer. He looked like a psycho. It was crazy. If you can see this, you know, where they talk to each other before the main event, look at William Regal's face when Dax says he wants to fight him. It is crazy looking.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to. Regal's face.
Oh, it was wild.
There was also something I really enjoyed that I thought you would appreciate. I don't know if you picked it up, but during the match on commentary, they were joined by Caprice Coleman, the Ring of Honor announcer, and Jericho was shouting at Caprice. Jericho saying he doesn't like the Code of Honor, he hates it, and he's shouting. And Caprice says that, Chris, did you realize that the rest of the class were using their indoor voices? And Excalibur thanked Caprice and said, "I've been thinking that for a year now."
And then Jericho goes, "I hate you guys."
Yeah, I was like, I hate it here.
I hate it here. Oh yeah, that was great.
Man, this was a really excellent match. I thought it was excellent, just all around excellent. I also noted that Jericho teased him possibly chasing the Ring of Honor World Championship soon. He seemed very kind of like, keep an eye out, man. See what, who knows what we're gonna be doing.
Because of the position Jericho's in right now of going after the world title, that felt like something that Jericho kind of ad-libbed, and he kind of forgot what was coming up, you know what I mean, maybe. But yeah, if he loses this one to Danielson, maybe that'll be the next thing he does, is go after someone else from the Blackpool Combat Club. So yeah, that's a good point.
Maybe they do like because I think Garcia is going to leave the JAS next week. I think maybe Jericho goes on this, I fucking hate Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor is the thing that's wrong with this business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Ring of Honor is very like, we're all about pro wrestling, and it's like Jericho could be like, all right, well, Menard and Parker, you guys go after FTR, and I'll go after Cesaro or Claudio, excuse me, and and you know what I mean? Like, maybe Sammy goes after the Pure Championship or something like that. That would be kind of cool to kind of do like a JAS versus just like all of Ring of Honor.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
It's just a thought.
Yeah, so this was a fantastic match. If you didn't get to see it, it's kind of weird. They've been posting full matches from Rampage on YouTube recently, so maybe they'll post the full match of this one on there. I really hope they do. That'd be awesome to get to go watch this a couple of times with no commercials. Excellent match. We get Claudio eventually putting on the sharpshooter, getting Dax to tap out. I know Claudio uses the sharpshooter, but it was kind of it was interesting to see Dax tap out to the sharpshooter, since he likes to use that move all the time, and it's Bret Hart's move. So that was kind of cool to see.
Yeah.
All right, excellent episode of Rampage as always. Do you have what we're supposed to be expecting for next week at the moment?
Yeah, so we have 3 matches announced for Dynamite at the moment. We have a tag team match. We have Toni Storm and Hikaru Shida teaming up to take on Serena D and Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. They tease that Jamie Hayter is still not talking to Britt, which is why Britt has recruited Serena Deeb to help her in this match.
Nice.
We have the first of 2 semifinals, or is it a quarterfinal? Quarterfinal. Jon Moxley versus Sammy Guevara. And then we have the other match in the tournament for the World Championship, Chris Jericho versus Bryan Danielson. Announced for Rampage on Friday, we have the Ring of Honor World TV Championship. Samoa Joe defending against Josh Woods.
Nice. I can't wait for Danielson versus Jericho 2. Oh, that's going to be so good. Is it 2 or 3? I don't even know which one it is, but it's going to be good.
It's 2.
It's 2, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't want it to be like a quick match at all, but I want Danielson to whoop Jericho's ass in this one so that everybody really, thinks he's got momentum going into the finals. I think that'll be to go to the finals, right?
Yeah, so basically these 2 matches will decide the finals.
Yeah.
I'm thinking they're doing the finals, Danielson versus Moxley for the World Championship.
Absolutely.
I think that's where they're going with it. And I feel like the safe bet is to go with Moxley here, but I would really, really love to give Bryan Danielson the championship here.
Absolutely, man. A lot of people have been saying it. And I think it was either you or someone in chat said it that, if you're looking for a goody two-shoes to put the belt on, like someone who's not going to do any of this crazy shit, Danielson's right fucking there. You've got him. He's there. The fans absolutely love this guy, and nobody would question you putting the belt on him. No one. If you did, you're out of your mind.
That was my point last week. Yeah. Or on Wednesday. I think number one, he's the most over wrestler, or he's the most popular wrestler right now. I mean, especially all the suspensions and whatnot considering, especially, but he's the best wrestler. He's beloved by the fans. He's over as fuck. He's a heel who's basically a babyface. We literally argue about this every other week about whether Danielson's a face or a heel. He's a heel, but he's basically a face because people just love him so goddamn much. They refuse to boo him. Big T Joe is wrestling on Friday. That's a Rampage match.
It's a Rampage.
Yeah, but so we're gonna be leading up to the finals at Grand Slam.
Yeah, it's looking like it's gonna be a great, excellent Grand Slam there. That I don't want to say accidentally became awesome, but it's kind of like the way it is. Because when the tickets first went up on sale, we were like, hey, we don't even know what's gonna happen there, and now it looks like it's gonna be freaking awesome. So
Yeah.
All right. Do you got anything, any updates or anything like that on the suspensions or anything?
I do have something that's currently right in front of me.
Oh, we got a tiger. I see a tail.
Yeah, Tiger is once again asking for you to acknowledge him.
I do acknowledge the tiger.
I'm just gonna let him chill. Let him do what he wants. But so yeah, I'm excited for Dynamite and Rampage. It feels really good. No, I don't want you to hit the camera. That's something you're not allowed to do. Man, it just feels so good to get through this week. This week was really kind of annoying, in a sense, where it's just like all that bullshit that happened last week and all the drama, and I really don't want him. All right, you gotta go then. Nope. If you're in the camera, you gotta go. Sorry, man. That's the rules. It was a really stupid week because it's just like, there you go, Juan. Juan acknowledges the tiger. Wait, it's a fucking middle. Fuck you, Juan. How dare you do that?
You can't flip off the cat, man. Cats are cool as hell. You can't flip off
my fucking cat, man. What are you doing? That's a dick move. That's just a straight up dick move. That's like sub trolling. That's below trolling. Anyways, yeah, it was just a shitty week. It was a fucking shitty week in terms of so much good stuff going on. Like, it's funny because I was like, I was talking to someone and they were like, I was explaining like how it was just really shitty and really annoying, and they were like, "Oh, the pay-per-view sucked." I was like, "No, man, the pay-per-view was fucking excellent." Oh, then Dynamite sucked. No, man, Dynamite was fucking great too. It was excellent too. It's all the not on TV stuff that fucking annoys the shit out of me. Well, Juan, you could do that to me, but you can't do that to the cat. Like, come on, man. Like, again, like, how low can you go? Like, that's low even by your standards.
Yeah, anyways, cat can't even defend himself, man.
Exactly. Like, you can flip me off. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? But he's just a fucking cat. Leave my cat alone, man. Like, what are you What are you, some
Yeah,
kind of
draining is the best word I could think of there. And like Coach said, it seems like it was already over a week ago, man. Like that's wild that it does feel that way.
Yeah, man. Draining is a great word. It was very draining. Like going in from Sunday to Monday to Tuesday and then going into Wednesday and leading up to Dynamite. I think I said this on Wednesday, but I was so drained. I didn't even tell you this, Jeff, but I was like really like I don't think it was a real consideration, but I was like, man, I don't know if I want to like not watch Dynamite, but I don't even know if I want to go and do a live show. Like I was not feeling it for a little while, but you know what? Like it just the show spoke for itself and it was excellent. The talent, they just wanted to work and they wanted to show that what they could do. And like again, it feels better. It really sucks. We know that bare minimum CM Punk's gone for at least 8 months at least. Maybe forever. And we don't know how long the Elite's going to be gone for, and that also sucks. But like goddamn, man, like how can you not feel good after watching Dynamite and Rampage this week? I don't know how you
Yeah.
I don't know how you can do it.
I do have to say that CM Punk being gone about I believe it's 6 to 10 months is like the timetable for whatever he's got.
6 to
So if
9.
you think about this, a lot of things are going to fall into place if he winds up coming back. So think about 8 months from now, FTR, probably going to be time to turn them heel again. And if Punk comes back, he has to be a heel when he comes back,
Yeah.
right? So, the story pretty much writes itself. If these guys can't all be adults and make money off of this in the end, they don't belong here. But the story writes itself. The Elite versus FTR and Punk one day down the road, and we could have both, FTR and Punk as heels. And that's just hypothetical if he does come back, and stuff like that.
Yeah, Big T, I know you tried taking your fandom out of the Punk situation, and it's been rough. Like us Punk fans, like we're having again, it's been a really rough week, but I need to be honest about it. I can't sit here and lie and have some sort of bias about it. It's just you gotta leave your bias at the door and you gotta do what's best for the company. And you know, I don't think anybody is really above the company succeeding. Juan said he just needs to stop diving, like Rome mentioned. Yeah, okay.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, I actually agree with both of you
Yeah.
guys there, though. Like, I
Yeah.
kind of agree with Juan that he should take an edge-like schedule, and he should also stop diving. Like, yeah,
I don't
there's
think
no
that the
need for
schedule is the problem. I really don't think the schedule is the problem. Again, it's
no,
just every time he leaves his feet, he gets hurt, which
yeah,
is fine. He's on the older end. He's on the tail end of his career, and he's not, he's not even, what is he, 41, 42? How
something
old is
like
CM
that.
Punk?
Yeah,
How old is CM Punk?
I believe he's in his 40s. He's probably 42, 43.
I'm gonna look it up real quick.
But
Hold on.
yeah, I agree. Every time he leaves his feet, something happens. Like, if you're gonna do a top rope thing, just do an elbow drop. You know what I mean? Everyone loves the elbow drop. It's freaking Max Caster's finisher, for Christ's sake.
He's 43. CM Punk is
Yeah.
43. Well, CM Punk does the elbow drop because of Randy Savage.
Yeah, he already
Um,
does it. You know what I mean? And
yeah. Um,
that's the only thing he should be jumping for.
Yeah, he should not be suicide. He should not be doing tope suicidas. He should not be diving into the fans. Unfortunately, like he's 43 now, and I think he can work. We've seen him work. I don't think it's an injury prone thing. I just think he's older. Like, is there anyone else in their 40s who, like, even Rey Mysterio had to change his style? Like, Rey couldn't keep going at the style he was doing. Eventually, you need to slow down and you need to change your style to reflect your age. Unfortunately, you could still be you. You know what I mean? But that's the weird thing. Like the suicidas and the dives, like that was I've never associated that with things Punk does.
No, yeah, when
Um
I saw him do it, I was like, what? I was like, when did he start doing a tope?
exactly. And you know what? He fucking tore a muscle or whatever he did and it's just don't do it. Like just don't do that. Like you don't need to do that. You're such a great storyteller in the ring. You don't need to do that. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I still hope that it's a work. I feel like I still maintain some feeling that it's a work. I mean, obviously since Wednesday it came out that Punk rehearsed this and he told people weeks prior that it was going to be a big show for the media scrum. Like, I don't
So
know. And like, it just seems very, and now we're learning MJF was there as a
so
mutual,
check this out. I'm
like,
gonna point something out that people kind of pointed it out, but they didn't point it out like in this like exact way. So you know how they started the press conference and Punk kind of took over and was like, "I'll start, Nick," and that's where they're saying that this was planned. You know what I mean? Just the fact that they chose Nick as the first person to ask a question. So either Punk went to the lady who controls the press conference and was like, "You're picking him first. You see that guy over there, Nick? I want him to be the first one to ask me a question." Either he did that or this entire thing was planned. You know what I mean? Because Punk knew that that guy was going to be the first question. Punk knew that that guy used to be friends with Colt Cabana. And you heard him even say it when the guy was like, "Oh, no, I'm not friends with him anymore." He's like, "Oh, you ruined my shtick." Like, he even said it. He had a shtick going right there. He's like, "Oh, you ruined my thing because you're not friends with him." So it was it was obvious that it was planned. You know what I mean? Like, to me anyway.
Yeah, well, that again, that's what I was saying on Tuesday, last Tuesday when we did our, I guess, someone coined it as a court case, which I really enjoyed that. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. That was a really high compliment. But we said it during our CM Punk trial, if you will, or the investigation or whatever. It's just a lot of it lines up in a way where it's just too perfect for
Yeah.
it to not be a work. Like, I know life can be funny like that sometimes, but like some of the things just line up so well that
The
it's just
Bucks
like,
bringing that lady who is literally second in command with them to the locker room. And let's just imagine if that's true, if they brought her with them, Punk had to have seen her. And do you think Punk's gonna haul off and knock out one of the Jacksons in front of the chief or whatever she is, the chief legal officer? Like,
the head of legal, yeah.
I'm like, so much of this stuff is just so coincidence and so convenient. You know, it's
Yeah, and again, it just keeps kind of evolving too, where it's like, and I know that happens in investigations, but again, like I just think it's so random that out of nowhere, nobody mentioned MJF being there, like the entire 3-4 days where people are talking about this fight, and then all of a sudden yesterday, it's like, oh yeah, by the way, MJF was there, and I'm
yeah.
like, why was MJF there?
No
Like,
pictures of said black eye from one of the Jacksons. No pictures of any injury from either Jackson or a bite mark from Kenny. Like, I don't
well,
know,
so
man.
Matt, something that I pointed out on Tuesday during our investigation was that Matt Jackson posted an Instagram pic of him and his dog at home,
Yeah.
and his face looked fine. If Punk was hitting him in the face, he didn't leave a bruise. He didn't leave a mark on Matt Jackson's face. So,
I mean, that picture had to have been before said incident. That easily explained that away, but I did see that as well, and I was like, huh.
well, no, I mean, I think the point of that picture was that he was at home and not going into Dynamite, which is why he
Okay.
took the picture
Okay.
when he did. Because again, remember, I said it was a Tuesday night when that picture was taken, and if they had to be in Buffalo on Wednesday, they definitely would not still be at Rancho Cucamonga
Yeah.
on Tuesday night. It just wouldn't. They wouldn't be. They would have flown out by now.
Yeah, we could even, when Punk finally comes back, his character could be that anybody that gets close enough just gets knocked out. He's just like, "Get away from me, bow! Get away from me, bow!"
Well, yeah, I think that again, you can have CM Punk come back as a heel, and like there was some really interesting theories I saw about MJF's promo on Wednesday, and that MJF's promo may in fact mirror the CM Punk's AEW journey. So MJF comes out and he's like appealing the hometown crowd. He's running around. He's hugging the announcers. He's wearing
Yeah,
the hometown flair. He's, jumping
that
all
gave me
over the
chills.
place. He's pandering to the crowd. He refers to himself as the devil, which again, CM Punk is the original devil. Um, and then Mox comes out and instantly MJF can't keep the facade up, and MJF turns on everybody and everything and shits on AEW in his promo. Like that's something he does. He
Yeah.
talks about Hunter and the Fed, and he like I did anyone see what MJF tweeted during SmackDown tonight?
No.
Juan's gonna love this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So I guess Roman Reigns was on TV or something, and MJF tweeted the emoji of the pointing up, the acknowledge, just that, nothing else. And he was also like posting pictures of him hanging out with one of the Fed bias reporters. I forget who it is. But so MJF is right now full blown trying to make all the AEW fans hate him because he's going to WWE.
Yeah, and Ryan, you're hitting that's exactly the way that I've been thinking about it. Everything about that fight just screams wrestling to me. Like hearing that Ace Steel hit someone with a steel chair and bit someone, I'm like, that's Moxley every Wednesday. You know what I mean? So like, it just a lot of it felt very wrestling, and you know, I'm gonna assume that it is real and they're turning it into work. And like I said, they need to make everybody believe at the very end of this that it was all, you know, an amazing work, and it'll be a historic thing in wrestling.
Yeah, I mean that's the hope. I mean, again, I'm gonna look at it in both ways, and in one way, I mean, Big T and I were having a really big conversation on the Discord today about it, where it was just like, you can't defend CM Punk if it's shoot. If it really happened, it's not defendable. Like it sucks and it fucking hurts to say it, but like that shit's not gonna fly, and it
Now,
shouldn't be allowed to fly.
now
But hopefully it'll work.
remember how you were saying that he invited them to come talk to him?
Yeah.
So I went and I watched it again when he said that. And he said, "Come talk to me. Let's fucking go." Meaning
yeah,
like if you come talk to me, we're going to fucking go. So, you know, I think that was all around like, listen, if you're going to come talk to me about this shit, we're going to fight. And like that's what happened.
Yeah, that's not good either.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
like, and you are correct. I did notice that as well. But yeah.
So how many months timetable wise are we looking at for a possible return? Quickest is 6 months, latest is about 10, Big T, but we're pretty much 8 months is the general time for tricep.
Yeah, what they're saying is 6 to 9 months. It's the
Yeah,
same
6 to
injury
9.
that Christian Cage got, which
Yep.
is really actually kind of funny because we're gonna get them probably both at the same time returning, most likely.
Dude, they should come back together as some sort of.
No, I wouldn't do
No.
that. I wouldn't do that.
It's far
Although
enough in the future, you know.
although what I could see working, also like let's say Punk is out for you know 9 months, let's say. Maybe he does end up working with MJF at that point.
Yeah.
Again, like I think that that's kind of a reasonable, not reasonable, but it is reasonable. It's a reasonable expectation. I could see them doing that.
Yeah, I wouldn't I'd love to see it actually. I wouldn't mind that at all.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I was not able to get the GM game working today, so let's do a 20 questions. Let's go with one game tonight before we head out of here.
Let's see.
All right. So while Rome goes and finds us a game in the library there, we're gonna do 20 questions. You guys in chat can help me out. He's gonna pick a game from his extensive library, and we get 20 questions to try to figure out what game this is. So let's see if I can finally get another win on my record here. I'm like 1 in a million.
All right, Jeff, I'm gonna give you a choice here. I have two games that I want to do. I think one of them is a little bit easier. The other one is really fucking difficult. No matter which you choose tonight, the other one's going to be the next one you do. Would you rather do the really difficult one tonight, or do you want a little bit of an easier one tonight?
I want the easier one tonight. I want to try to get that number 2 on my scoreboard there.
Okay. You may
All right.
commence.
Any prediction on Nate versus Ferguson? Favorite UFC fighter having more than likely his last UFC fight? Is Nate your favorite fighter? Bro, Nate's my favorite fighter too. He has been since I was like, God, I want to say since I was like 17 or 18, but I don't know if it goes that far back. But yeah, Nate's been my favorite fighter since him and his brother Nick came to the UFC. Let's see here. Let's start off with question number 1. Is this a shooter?
No.
All right. Is this a sports game?
No.
Is this a racing game?
No.
Man. Is this a fighting game?
No.
All right. Is this an action adventure game?
I don't think so, but I'm actually looking it up just in case. I wouldn't classify it as one. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it is then. Wikipedia considers it one, so yeah, I'll go with yes.
Okay. Is this in the Nintendo universe?
No.
No. Jesus. An action adventure. Not in the Nintendo universe. Said this was
Nope.
supposed to be easy, man.
I said easier.
Easier. All right, come on, guys. I need some help. I'm already lost. It's Sly Cooper. All right.
Cooper.
Do you play as a? What the hell is he? Is he a?
He is a fox.
I was gonna say, is he a fox with a bandana over his eyes?
I think he's a fox. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's a fox.
Yeah.
He's a gray fox.
Yeah.
Are you asking if you play as a fox?
All right, let's do that. Do you play as an animal as your character?
No.
No. Okay.
Pajama Sam, are you fucking kidding me? That's funny. That was really good.
I think we all know Cody's gonna show up at well, actually, he showed up at the Royal Rumble last time. I don't know if that would make sense, but it feels like he's either showing up at the Royal Rumble or WrestleMania. Gotta be the Rumble.
I'll tell you what. Here's what's going to happen in WWE for the next, whatever year or whatever. So you have to waste your time. Cody's going to win the Rumble. They're going to do Cody versus Roman at WrestleMania. Cody will beat Roman. Roman will probably go away.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Saved you all the time that you would have spent.
That was supposed to happen at Clash at the Castle, probably, or something similar, but Cody got hurt. So. Oh yeah, that pop's going to be enormous.
Not
all
for
right,
me.
So, all right, do you fight with swords and shields and those types of objects in this game?
You can.
Okay. Can you also use magic and other types of attacks in this game?
So you're asking if you use magic?
Yeah.
No.
No, okay. Damn it. No, it's not in the Nintendo universe, Juan. No Zeldas.
No Zeldas.
Damn. How many questions?
You have 11 left.
Okay. It's Freddy Fish for the PC. What even is that?
I would also like to point out how helpful Big T was in the beginning when we first started playing 20 questions, but now he's just kind of like tired of carrying you and he just like throws things out there, which I don't blame him because again, keep in mind, we started this game because you claim to be a gamer. And while I'm not expecting you to know every game, you should be able to figure out some of these on your own. And to date, you really haven't figured out any of them on your own.
I gotta admit, this 20 questions stuff is not easy at all.
Sure, but I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying.
It is way more difficult than I had ever anticipated.
Anyways, we need a question, sir.
All right. Was this a PlayStation exclusive?
No.
Okay. Would this be in the horror genre?
I would kind of consider it to an extent.
Okay.
Yeah, let's say yes.
So action adventure, somewhat in the horror genre. Ooh, what's that? What's that game where the zombie people have like a fungus growing on their face instead?
I can't answer that question unless you're asking.
Oh, I know. I'm asking my homies in chat. Isn't that the one that I can't stand with the second one with Ellie and what's her name?
You are correct, but I mean, I'm not going to tell you the name of the game.
Yeah, is this based off of any sort of a movie?
No.
All right. Is this based off of any comic book?
To my knowledge, no.
Okay. The Last of Us, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah, that's what you were thinking.
So, all right. Is this game part of a series?
Yes.
All right. How many questions we got now?
6.
6 left. Okay. All right. Are there zombie-like creatures in this game?
Yes.
Okay. I feel like
5 questions, Jeff.
5 questions. Yeah, so, well, I don't think Resident Evil would have been a hesitation on horror. That would have been instant yes, wouldn't it? Yeah. Um, let's go with 4 Last of Us games. I think there's only 2. Jesus. I think you're thinking of Left 4 Dead.
There's 2 Last of Us games, and then they did a DLC expansion for the first one, and then they just remade the first one. So technically, there's been 4 releases,
Oh,
but
okay.
3 games, one of them being a remake. So,
All right, let's. I don't know if we should waste a question here, but how many we have left? 5.
5.
All right. Is it part of the Last of Us series?
No.
Okay, let's get that out of our minds here. All right, sort of has zombies. It is somewhat in the horror. All right, I like Big T's question lining here. Maybe I don't know if this would help me at all. Probably help you, T. Does this game take place in a mall?
Yes.
T already knows what it is.
Son of a bitch. Again, like Jeff, you're not gonna get the point for this. Big T came in at the last fucking second and got this. Like I'm inclined to not give you this one.
Let's say that he doesn't actually put it into chat. Let's see if he uses some more questions to try to guide me instead. So don't tell me exactly what it is, T. Ellie and that chick boned in a photo booth. She definitely tasted the rainbow. Thanks, T. Thanks. All right, takes place in a mall. I feel like the Left 4 Dead games all took place in a mall. But that's horror as hell too. That shit scared the crap out of me. Dead Rising 1. He just threw it out there. All right. So how many questions I got? 4?
You have 3.
3. All right. Is it part of the Dead Rising series?
It is.
All right. Would it be the first game in the series?
It is.
All right. Well, we'll go with Dead Rising. Final guess.
You are correct. Released exclusively on the Xbox 360 at first. It is Dead Rising 1. Jeff, you do not get that. You didn't figure this out at all. In fact, I would argue that I would like to do one more where I do the harder game.
Oh, it's already past midnight. I got to be at the restaurant, man. I tell you what, keep the harder one. Pick another easy one.
Oh, I'm not going to do that.
Here, I'll switch off of your screen so I can't see.
Are we actually doing one?
Yeah, pick another easy one. Save the hard one for Wednesday.
I'm going to pick the hard one I was going to pick.
Fine. Trying to make this quick.
Out on top.
You know.
All right.
Your all-time favorite zombie game series? Nice.
They're fun games.
All right, let's start off with, is this a sports game?
No.
Is this a shooter?
Nope.
Yeah. Always getting help from the Usos. Yeah, that's a perfect way to put it, Juan. Thank you. Is this a fighting game?
Nope.
Is this an RPG?
Nope.
Is this an action adventure?
Nope.
What else is there? Is this a puzzle game?
Nope.
Chose a hard one. I'm trying to make this one quick. What other genres have I not said yet, guys? We need a genre. All right, let's go with some other. Is this game based off of a movie?
No.
Is this game based off of a comic book?
Nope.
Take a forfeit. Lay down. I'll lay down like Jeff Jarrett.
Jeff, keep asking questions. Let's keep going.
Did I say racing yet?
I don't recall.
Well, is this a racing game?
No, it's not.
Is this in the Nintendo universe?
No. God,
right.
no.
What?
God, no.
Okay. But is this in the PlayStation universe?
No. God, no.
Okay, so I guess this is a very Xbox-ish game.
God, no.
What? So no Nintendo, no Xbox, no PlayStation.
Exclusive, right? You're talking about exclusives, correct?
I guess so.
Okay.
That's more meaning of like PlayStation kind of does have their own little universe too.
Well, it's first party.
What's that?
It's first party, which would be exclusive. So no. To my knowledge, this game is non-exclusive to any console.
Okay.
To my knowledge.
All right.
Yeah, I don't see a thing on the case that says it's only for that console, so usually you'll see that on there.
Is this a Telltale style game?
No.
No. Okay. Big T's is like, it's God of War.
It's God of War.
Let me ask you a question outside of our 20 questions here. What type of genre do you consider God of War?
Well, so I'll say this: the original games, I would consider them hack and slash or action games.
Okay.
I have not played the 2017 one yet. It's on my list, and I know the new one comes out in like 2 months. I have to get around to it, so I don't know what that one is technically, but I could say the original games, I would consider them as hack and slash or action games.
Okay. All right. Oh, that's a good point, but I don't know if what would that even be? I'm trying to think of even a console that this would be on.
For the sake of the joke, let me just kind of reiterate that the Nintendo World one was a God no. The other two I said God no to be funny. Those are just no's.
All right. Yeah, the last one was very story driven. I would almost call it action adventure.
Looking forward to playing that. I have to get around to that. Anyways, carry on. You have 7 questions, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, 7.
Is this a post-apocalyptic style game?
Nope.
Okay. Man, this is tough. Is this a side-scrolling game?
Nope.
Right. Is this an adult-oriented game?
It's not rated M for mature, if that's what you're asking.
Okay. I am stumped already again. This is so hard.
There's no way in a million years you're gonna get this one, but I wanted to finish with my boot on your skull, to be honest. If you're gonna use Big T, if you're gonna use help from the King's Court to get a point, I'm going to end with one that not even Big T will get.
I just want to at least have a chance. Like, hopefully, I've even heard of it.
You probably haven't. I mean, you've heard of something about it, but you don't know. You probably don't even know this game exists. Anyways,
Okay.
Carry on. You have 4 questions. Sorry.
All right. Yeah, not Fallout. Definitely not. Oh, geez. Is it any sort of a simulator type game?
Simulator? No.
Yeah. Okay. How many we got left?
3.
Oh, geez.
You don't even have the genre.
Not even close. Man. Is it a wrestling game?
Nope.
Said I wouldn't even know it exists. Oh, shit. Is it? I don't even know what to ask anymore with only 2 left and not even. Yeah, I can't even think of what to ask. Geez. Is it a stealth type game?
No. One more question, Jeff.
Yeah, is it a first person game?
No. And now I need a guess.
I'm gonna go with Portal. The
Well, that's the
original
first
Portal
person
number
game, which
1.
you know it's not, but if that's your final guess, it is what it is, I guess. Is that your final guess?
Yeah, sure.
Released on at least the Xbox 360. I'm also assuming the PS3. The game that I selected off my shelf is the History Channel presents Legends of War, Patton.
Man. Did I not say, is it a shooter?
It is not a shooter. It's an RTS. It's an RTS, yes.
So what do you do in that? Do you kind of like control troops?
Yeah, you control some troops. It's a console RTS, so it's not like super it's not like super advanced where you're dealing with a lot of troops,
Yeah.
but like you'll control a few troops, some tanks, you might get a plane.
Okay.
Honestly, not a great game, but I saw it at a game store once for like $5 and I played it. I mean, I like World War II. I'm interested in World War II and stuff. And I like RTSs. So it was fine. It wasn't anything to write home about, nothing special. It was made by the History Channel. So, I liked their videos that they had between missions. It was very historical and stuff like that.
Hey man, if kids are gonna learn from a video game, that's the way to do it. So.
Oh yeah. Anyways,
right.
yeah. There's your crushing defeat, Jeff.
Yeah, another crushing defeat.
Wasn't gonna let you go out on top like that. There was no way. Not a million years.
All right. Well, if you want to go ahead and close us out for the night.
Yeah, coach is back just in time for the end. Anyways, this has been episode 72 of the Broken Tables podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please consider giving us a like or a subscribe, depending on where you find us. If you're watching this tonight, you are watching our YouTube exclusive Rampage show. Thank you for that. If you ever need to listen to us on the go, make sure you check us out on Spotify, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, and Anchor. And of course, like I said, right here on YouTube. You can follow us on Twitter at The Broken Table Show or on Facebook and Instagram at The Broken Tables Podcast. We go live on YouTube following every single AEW Dynamite, Rampage, and even pay-per-views. Arthur Ashe is coming up in 2 weeks, so excited for that. We're going to have the rematch for the Broken Predictions World Championship, where I'm going to challenge Forrest, and also we are going to get the proper conclusion to our Broken Predictions Tag Team Championship match between the High Rollers and the King's Court. But until then, we will see you guys later. Have a great weekend. Go Birds.
Yeah, go Birds. And Josh Allen killed it for my fantasy team.
Dude, you really did. I knew that was going to happen.
Hell yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Ow, I got claws in me. Ow. But until next time, top guys out.